If you click this video, you ready. You are so ready to get your hair to bounce and behave like it never has before. And not to mention, you are going to do it yourself. Yep. And guess what? If you stick with me in this video, you absolutely will be able to rock your natural hair in a roller set and be so pleased with the hard work you've done. So if you want to do your roller set at home like a pro, keep on watching this video and I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. So before we get into this roller set, let's talk about prep. So I'm actually using a scalp tonic to cleanse my scalp before going in with 2 more shampoos in my hair. So I'm doing this specifically because I'm coming out of a protective style where I used a ton of mousse and gel to set my hair. So I want to make sure I get all of that stuff out of there before I do my roller set, because we want our hair to bounce and have that weightlessness, right? So we want to make sure there's no extra residue of old product or buildup or anything like that. So before I do my roller sets, I always at minimum do 2 shampoos, 1 clarifying and 1 hydrating. But this time I'm taking it even a step further by doing a scalp treatment before the shampoo. Now, since I'm using the Doux press play system in this video, I used the press play shampoo and conditioner during my wash. But normally I'd actually deep condition my hair with some sort of deep conditioner treatment before roller setting. I prefer that because I believe that making sure your hair is thoroughly cleansed and conditioned before a roller set is absolutely key. And especially if you are trying to grow your hair, you want to make sure you capitalize on this moment. The shampoo moment is huge because you are actually massaging your scalp more than any other time of the week. And this is where you are going to stimulate your scalp, and that's going to impact your hair growth cycle incredibly. Anytime you get blood circulating in your scalp, that means you're waking those follicles up and you are promoting hair growth. Doing the double shampoo and even the scalp treatment before isn't just about what products you use, it's actually also about the amount of time you spend massaging your scalp. I am a huge advocate for scalp health because it truly does impact the way your hair grows out of your head and how long it lasts on your head. So I don't know which one of these to use because the Just Glaze Silkening Fluid is said to strengthen fragile hair from the inside out. It's a weightless, heat protected that seals the cuticle, controls frizz, prevents curl creep, blocks humidity, and maintains the strength of textured hair when using heat. It has keratin in it, panthenol, and algae, and it's said to be distributed through clean, wet hair. Then there's the silent treatment, which is a 30-day thermal protectant spray. And this is supposed to be for frizz and humidity protection for up to 4 shampoos. That's actually really long, 4 shampoos. It's a heat-activated humidity shield infused with keratin and naturally derived strand coating technology that protects hair from frizz for up to 4 shampoos. It has hydrolyzed cornstarch, keratin, and humectant in it. Okay, so this is the same. You part your hair into sections, use 1 to 2 pumps of this on each section, making sure you distribute it evenly with a detangling brush, and then blow dry each section. So that's different than this, but you would essentially use these during the same step while your hair is still wet. Hey y'all, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Really quick, I've got something super exciting to share with you. If you got my roller set and go guide, you already know that I'm on a mission to get your hair to be bouncing and behaving like it never has before at the house. And no, I'm not a hairstylist. I am just a self-taught roller set girly who can't help but share all the things that I've learned. When I started roller setting, I needed something that was going to make me look good, feel good, and be very efficient for my very busy life. And the roller set has literally been just that for me. I used to be a wash and go girl. I am still natural, but the roller set has become my straight natural hairstyle of choice that still allows me to wear my natural curls whenever I want to, because we all love a silk press. I don't think any of us can deny that, but that silk press has a reputation of ruining curls. So many of you have shared with me how helpful you thought that my roller set and go guide was. And so I figured I need to give y'all more, because I still get tons of questions on the process and just different things that you're running into as you're trying to roller set your own hair at home. And so for the rest of the year, it is currently the end of September, I'm going to be sending out a weekly newsletter. Same name as my Substack, Under the Dryer, and there's gonna be a special incentive for you to open up this newsletter every week. I will be doing spontaneous gift card giveaways in these newsletters. Now, like I said, these giveaways are going to be spontaneous. It's not going to just be one, it's not going to just be two, it's going to be multiple giveaways of gift cards ranging between $50 and $150, because we are about to enter the season of giving. And of course, I got to give back to my girls. It wouldn't be me if I didn't bring some sort of value to the newsletter. I'm not just trying to get you to open up stuff and just give me your email for nothing, okay? I'm really trying to help you, but I also wanted to streamline the information, because sometimes if you hop in and hop out of trying to learn a new skill, you can get confused, where you don't really have to be confused if you just go in the right order of learning different tips and tricks. And honestly, trial and error has been the way that I've learned. And so I'm gonna share those tips with you in a way that makes sense. So when you read these emails, they'll kind of go in order of maybe some stumbling blocks or some things you might want to consider as you're on your roller set journey. But don't worry, if you are seeing this video past the time that we've started doing these newsletters, I got you. I'm gonna be sharing the newsletters on my website and on my Substack after they've already gone live. You won't be able to get in on the giveaways every week, but you will be able to still take advantage of all the information that I share in those newsletters. Now, each winner will be announced in the next week's email. So if I don't hear from you within the week of you being announced, then I'm gonna have to pass that gift card to somebody else. So don't let that be you. If you are entering the giveaways, make sure you are tuning into the next week so that you can see whether you've won or not, and to your email, because I'm gonna reach out to you too. And speaking of reaching out, make sure that my email, letsconnect@jadegodbolt.com, is not in your spam, okay? In your junk folder. And if you need to, go ahead and mark me as a contact. Make me a contact. So my emails don't go to your spam, they go straight to your inbox, because we know each other. I'm not a random person. I mean, I kind of am, but you get what I'm saying. Now, if all that sounds good to you, comment under the drive down below. Make sure you've downloaded the Roller Set and Go guide, because that's how I'm gonna get your email. And make sure you tune in to your inbox every Sunday around 2 p.m. CST. All right, let's get back to the video. So now we're gonna start rolling, and I'm gonna take my time here and actually talk about how I'm going to section my hair a bit more in detail, and also how to get your rolling technique right. So first I'm gonna go ahead and add a bit more water to my hair. Always, always, always add more water before you add more products. So I'm using the spray first. Once I've added that spray, I'm going to brush it through my hair. You wanna make sure that your products are thoroughly coating your entire section, and then you smooth that section out with some sort of brush or comb. I really like to use the bounce curl brush for this because it can get my hair really sleek. And then you're gonna go in with your roller. Now, the section of your hair should be the same size as your roller. Use your roller, whichever type of roller you're using, as a guide. I kind of know my rollers like the back of my hand now, so I don't even need to map them out anymore, but that's how you choose how much hair can go on your roller. You want each section to be as even to each other as possible, because you want uniformity. That really does make a difference. And especially when it comes down to your sectioning, you don't want hair falling off your roller on either side, because you're going to lose the tension that you achieved initially, and then you're going to have areas of your hair that do not get straightened the way that you want them to be straightened. Now, I prefer to section my hair in a 3 large section way like this. So one mohawk down the middle, and then I add rollers to the sides. That's what's easiest for me. If you have a larger or smaller head than me, that would also change. You might need to do 2 rollers in the middle instead of 1, or you may like the look of doing a different pattern, but really it doesn't matter what pattern you do at this point. If you're going to use some sort of hot tool, whether that be a flat iron or a thermal brush after you've rolled your hair, it only really truly matters how you are sectioning and organizing your rollers on your head if you plan to keep them as is once you've taken them down. So because that way you'll be able to see a lot of those irregularities if you are just rolling whichever way comes to mind instead of having like a strategy on how you're rolling your hair. Another rule of thumb is going to be to always roll away from your face. That's where I like to start. I sometimes play with rolling my hair towards my face or under, depending on where I want my flips in my curls to go, but usually I'm not that strategic. I usually just, rule of thumb, always roll away from my face, so at least I know I'm starting from the same baseline all the way around my head. Now with the rollers that I'm using in this video, and you see me use these rollers specifically in many of my videos, these are tension rollers. I share as many links as possible to where you can get your hands on these rollers. But here's the thing. There are a lot of different types of rollers out there that you can try and use on your hair, and some are more accessible than others. So when it comes to roller setting, you can use different rollers to achieve similar results. It's really going to come down to your technique, and that is a lot about muscle memory and creating that tension, and that does take practice. You're not going to be able to get it perfect the first try. So I so encourage you to keep trying, because roller setting your hair is not only going to be a great way to remain a straight natural who can still rock her natural curls, but also I really believe that the tension being caused on my scalp whenever I do my roller sets regularly, and then the heat of the hooded dryer, really do help my hair grow. And I don't know, there's probably tons of science behind this. I'm not a hairstylist, but I do know a little something about hair growth. In my experience, I've seen the most growth, the most length retention, the most thickness of my hair retained during my roller set journey than I ever did when I was wearing my hair in wash and goes regularly. Another tip is your drying time is going to vary based on the density of your hair, how much water you used, how much product you use. There's lots of factors that matter when it comes to how long you have to sit under that hooded dryer. But I will say this, if you are sitting under a hooded dryer at home, you want to get a standalone hooded dryer that is at least 1875 watts. That is the level of heat that you need to make sure that you're getting the most out of your roller sets, if not higher than that. Because anything lower, like if you use an attachment of some sort to your regular blow dryer, you can use those, but it takes a lot longer to get your hair dry. That's why I love a standalone hooded dryer for my roller sets. And also when it comes to the sectioning that we just talked about, this is also a huge factor in how quickly or how long your hair takes to dry, because if you have even sections as much as possible all the way around, that means that you're going to guarantee that your hair dries all at the same time. Sometimes if you use thicker sections or smaller sections, your hair will dry uneven, and we don't want that. We want the hair to all be dry at the same time. So I'm going to turn this on. Light is blinking. I'm going to put it on the third heat setting, which is 360 degrees, because I really only need to like touch up my hair with a little bit of heat. We've already talked about this so many times on my channel, but whenever I use a flat iron, I'm always using it anywhere between 360 and like 375, 390, because sometimes there's not like variation in your flat irons to like do different temperatures. So I usually do like 360 if I can, or 365, and then up to like 390, but usually I don't even go that high. Usually I'm like 370-ish. So I don't know if you can hear that. The cool air is now going. It is ready to go. So let's see how this works. And since we are applying heat again, I'm gonna go in with dewdrops. This is supposed to seal my hair, add shine, which we don't really need shine. Look at how shiny the hair is already. Little spray. It's pretty hot. Yeah, feels good. That nice and shiny. Curls nice too, just a little bump in the end. Look at this hair. Look at this hair. Oh my gosh. It feels so good. It actually is really lightweight as well. I thought using multiple products like the leave-ins and stuff would make my hair feel heavy, or even just like adding the oil spray before flat ironing would make my hair feel heavy, but it did not at all. It feels very fluffy, very soft, and it's super shiny. So yeah, we're gonna see how she holds up as far as the frizz control goes, because I don't know, I've never used this like whole product line before. I've used a couple products from this line here and there, but not as like a collection. So I will keep y'all posted. But so far, I'm loving the results. But I will do this. I'm gonna add some hairspray just to my, like the top and the front, because I want my bangs, because they're kind of growing out now, I want my bangs to stay back. So I'm gonna just spray the top of my hair so that everything stays where I want it to stay. And actually, I'm actually gonna re-wrap my hair up because, yeah, see, that's perfect. I love that. This is the Kenra spray. This is the volume spray, the Super Hold volume spray. I'm actually going to re-wrap my hair up because, y'all, I'm going to shoot a podcast with my good sis B Simone. So I have to get dressed today. That's why I did my roller set yesterday, because I was like, I want my hair to be fresh for this episode because it's gonna be good. I'm really excited. I've been talking to her for months about being on her platform and just like connecting in this way. And I know the subject matter that we're gonna talk about is going to be really interesting for all of us. I really believe in the word of our testimony and the blood of the lamb being enough for people to create an invitation and an opportunity for God to do what only he can do, which is God is the one who calls them, God is the one who brings them. So if this is something that strikes something up in you, in your spirit, or you feel convicted or whatever it may be, then I encourage you to go into prayer about it, talk to the Father about it, you know, really step into that uncomfort if it brings you uncomfort, because at the end of the day, that's where he meets us and that's where his comfort is felt. If we're always comfortable in ourselves, why would we ever seek comfort, right? So he is a comforter, right? And he brings us peace and joy outside of ourselves, because we can't produce those fruits on our own. Peace, love, joy, kindness, gentleness, those things are fruits of the Spirit, and they can only be produced by the Holy Spirit. So yeah, I'm super excited about filming with her today. This will be my first time actually meeting her in person. We've known each other for years, like through text, through like the internet and things like that. Also, people always talk about us looking very similar, which is so funny because we're both like from the same area in Dallas. And so yeah, so I'm excited. It's gonna be really good. And I hope you guys make your way over there. You can watch it on her YouTube channel. Also, I encourage you to download the LTTA app as well to join her community over there. And yeah, come back here, shoot me a DM after you watch the episode. Hey y'all, I'm back. So I just wanted to give you a little update of what my hair is looking like after a full day of being out, of being under heavy light, doing all the things. This is what my hair is looking like. Still looks very good. I will say this though, I feel like my hair is a little bit puffier than normal, and I think that I could have used more hair product in the setting process than what I did use. I was really light-handed with it because I was like, I don't know what this is about to do. So I think if I was to go back to yesterday when I did my roller set, I would probably do more sprays of this silent treatment spray and probably even more of this just glaze. I think I needed more. I don't even know. I think I'm just used to my hair having a little bit more weight to it and sleekness, especially after using the flat iron. I'm not mad at this result at all. It definitely gives more of a blowout look, which I'm totally fine with. I'm good with that. But I will say, if I was to compare it to when I used my Color Wow spray, or even the last roller set I did with a heavier, not even heavier, a spray leave-in conditioner. I used the Texture Crush Frizz Fighting leave-in conditioner, and what did I use as my, I think I just used the leave-in. I want to say I just used the leave-in, but I did do the Living Proof in shower gloss treatment that I think actually really did leave my hair shinier than if I didn't use it. So I think next time if I use these products, I'm gonna deep condition before, because I didn't deep condition before yesterday. I just went in with the shampoo, conditioner, and roller set, versus if I would have steamed my hair, that would have helped with hydration and frizz. And then also if I would have done some sort of like glossy hair treatment or something, like a shine treatment, that would have also helped, I think, as well. But again, it looks really good. I'm happy with these results. I wouldn't say my favorite. I wanted to give it a try because they were gracious enough to send me all of these products, and I really appreciated that. I also have very thick hair and a lot of hair, so you know, for some people, those products are probably really lightweight. If you do have more fine hair, those will probably be great for you. I think for me, I like a little bit more weight to my hair products when I'm doing my roller sets. So here we are. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until my next one, I will see you somewhere on the internet. Love ya. Bye.